What up? This is Robert Horry.
Or three-pointer. Buries it!
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
I know what's going on. Episode 229 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. That's 7-time NBA champion. Rocking a Kings shirt today. Robert Horry. Is that Sacramento? Are you wearing a Sacramento Kings shirt? Oh, it's an LA Kings.
Los Angeles.
It's a hockey shirt. All right, I was going to say, like, in what universe are you rocking a Sacramento Kings hoodie?
That's funny. I didn't think about it. But here's the question. How many teams out there named the same? Like, is there a crossover? Like, I know you got the Sacramento Kings and the LA Kings is hockey. Is there any other crossovers?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a question for ChatGPT. Yeah, I mean, like when you think college, there's a million, right?
Yeah, college, of course.
College
yeah.
is like, forget it. You know, there's more teams that are the damn Bulldogs than I can even, remember.
Hey, think about high school. I was a Bulldog.
Were you really? I was
Andalusia Bulldogs.
There you go. I was a Monroe Township Falcons. We were the Falcons.
Harper, what was your high school mascot?
One was the Tigers, the others was the Chiefs.
How many high schools you go to?
I got kicked out
So
of the
you
first
need to tell us, brother?
Yeah, I got kicked out the first one, man.
We started off at one, we moved, and then ended up at another.
Oh, there's a bunch. There's a bunch of these, by the way.
Oh, okay.
The Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, and the St. Louis Cardinals, the Giants,
San Francisco,
New York Giants, and San Francisco Giants in NFL and baseball, the Jets, the New York Jets in football, and the Winnipeg Jets in the NHL.
I never even heard of Winnipeg.
Well, the Winnipeg Jets used to be the Atlanta Thrashers. That's where our hockey team went after they blew up here in this city, abandoned them. The Panthers. The Carolina Panthers in the NFL and the Florida Panthers in the NHL. The Rangers, Texas Rangers in baseball, New York Rangers in hockey, and, like you said, the Kings, the LA Kings.
That's more than I thought it would be.
That's way more than I thought. For sure, that was way more than I thought. But, again, this is what AI is good for sometimes, answering the unanswerable questions. Well,
speaking of AI.
Oh, man, what you got?
I had about 10 people call me because there was a rumor going around that I had died in Japan. I ate pufferfish in Japan and I died.
What?
Did you not see that on the internet?
No, I didn't see this anywhere. You saw this, Harp?
No, I didn't see none of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did not see this anywhere.
One of my good friends just called me this morning, Derek. He called me and, man, I just got a feed. And then when I called you, you know, you playing your phone on your phone, all of a sudden someone calls you at the same time, you hit that spot, and it goes directly to voicemail.
Yep.
And so he called, he was like, man, I got so scared when it went straight to voicemail. I thought something happened to you. I'm like, no, dude.
Where did this, I didn't see it. Where did it start? Was it like on Instagram or something?
It was, it was weird. I was at this charity event and someone sent it to me and I was like, what the hell? I'm like, but they did Jimmy Johnson like that and Paul Gasol.
Yeah, I've seen those pop up all the time.
Yeah.
We consistently get a somebody died, and I don't mean to be somber. When Kobe passed, it was the same exact thing happened.
Yeah.
Like Harper texted me and went, hey, I'm seeing on the news that Kobe died, and I'm like, bullshit. It was the first thing I thought. I'm like, we see it so often, it's not, unfortunately that one was terrible. But usually that's my first instinct is when someone died. I mean, aside from because when someone legitimately passes away, it's widespread news source. Like Robert Redford died this week.
Yeah.
That was everybody reported that. ABC News, TMZ, everybody and their little sister had something to say about Robert Redford. So, but I didn't even see the one about you.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
But so this is.
Why do people start shit like that? By the way?
I know. I love this
point
person.
Of that?
I love this person dearly. Her name is Leah Wilcox. Leah's been working with NBA for over 30 years, right? She's a young lady that I was with the day I got drafted because I went to the draft by myself.
Yeah, I remember.
That's the young lady that's next to me. And so she even called me. She was like, please tell me this ain't true.
Well, if you answered the phone, that's usually tends to be a good indicator. This might be bullshit. Yeah.
So my
that's
question.
fun. I didn't even see that.
So does that mean I officially have made it into celebrity status if the internet goes on and said I died?
I think so. I think that might be the line of demarcation. You know what I mean?
I mean, and what usually happens is the internet don't care nothing about you until something catastrophic happens to you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
They can never talk about you ever before, but then when they get a whiff of hearing about something or there's some rumor, now all of a sudden you're some form of headline.
And all of a sudden it's that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even see it. Didn't even see it this week. Yeah. Let's see. Just a show note off the top before we get to anything on this sheet, because oh my God, there's so much stuff on this sheet today this week. We got a huge show. We will be off next week. Just so everybody knows, we are taking a week off. My ass is going to be on a cruise ship in the middle of the Caribbean, very intoxicated, and with no access to my phone or any of that stuff. I am disconnecting for a full week. So no show next week. So just so everybody knows, so you guys know, we don't have to plan for a show next week, but it's okay to take a week off every now and then, catch our breath. But anytime that we don't post a show on a Tuesday, I start getting blown up on Twitter. Where's the show? Where's the show? How come there's no show? And I'm like, okay, guys. So just a heads up ahead of time. Where do you want to start this week? Because there's a lot. The Heave rule, Kuminga. We got some Kawhi stuff. We got some Adam Silver stuff.
This shows you to me on how talk about the Heave rule.
Okay.
Oh, we always talk about stat padding. This is the most stat paddingest fucking stupidest ass rule I've ever heard in my life. It's one fucking shot. And I'm like, are you really? And something doesn't count. If you shoot it and it doesn't count, if it goes in, it shouldn't count. So it's the stupidest thing ever. And when I see guys that don't shoot it, it's the stupidest thing ever. Just take the fucking shot. Who cares about, you go from 45% shooting to like 44% shooting? I understand somebody might have it in their contract, but a lot of these guys don't. And that's just the stupidest thing ever. That was a waste of, I would say, taxpayers' dollars, but that's just a waste of taxpayers' dollars.
Yeah, I don't think the taxpayers paid for that, but I'm with you.
It's an interesting rule because now you're going to see, well, I don't want to say you'll see more of it, but because you only do these things at the end of the half or maybe end of the game, but
in the quarter.
In the quarter. Yeah. But I mean, okay, cool.
But I like your point, Rob. If it's not going to count if you miss it, then it shouldn't count if you make it.
Oh, no, it's going to count if you make it.
I know, right. But don't put the points on the board then. You know what I mean? Like because if it doesn't count, then it doesn't count anywhere. Like how can you have a rule that sort of modifies a shot in two directions? I don't understand. Right. Like if it goes in, it counts. We'll go ahead and give that to you, and the points go on the board. But if you miss it, we're not going to hold it against you. I don't understand that. If you take the shot, it's your shot. To make it or miss it. If you don't want to, like you said, Rob, if you don't want the stat against you, don't take it. Yeah. Don't throw it up. Sit there. Hand it to somebody else. Let somebody else who doesn't care just throw it up. You know what I mean? Like, that's a dumbass rule.
It's more and more just wanting, your numbers to look a specific way as much as you possibly can.
I guess, but that's a dumbass rule to me.
But are guys that vain about their stats, though?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's only one. Yeah. It's only one stat. I'm so pissed. I missed out on. I think I told you about this. About if I played a certain amount of minutes, I got like a $500,000 bonus, and I didn't make the minutes, and I missed it by like 0.5. Yeah. And I had forgot that was even in my contract. And I was like, fuck.
If here's the thing, if you don't want guys to be vain about their numbers, don't put incentives in the contract.
Yeah.
Because people always do things for money. So
especially numbers-based incentives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want people to have some level of vanity when it comes to their numbers and whatever marks they need to hit, then don't put an incentive in their contract.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
I don't even know why this rule was proposed. That's the other part of this. Like who puts this on the table?
Right.
And goes, here's my thought. Like that. I don't like. Is that the Players Association that puts a rule like that down?
I don't know. But
it's got to be, right?
Yeah,
all that time spent on thinking about that, they could have thought about this, changing up how we go to the monitors and waste 15 of my minutes.
There's so much stuff that we could work on. And this is what we worked on? All right, just... So since we're on this topic, it's things like this that give me pause about the league, okay? And I'm gonna bring up Adam Silver here real quick. I like Adam. I don't think Adam's done a bad job with the league. I do feel like sometimes Adam lets the owners push him around. And that's the impression that I get. Just because, and now I get it, that's sort of his job, right? As the commissioner of any league, you work for the owners. So I get it. But you also have to kind of stand up for the integrity of the league. Yeah. And a lot of different, like you have to represent the game as the head of that league. And Goodell has to do it for the NFL, and Bettman has to do it for the NHL, and Adam Silver has to do it for the NBA. And this week during Adam's press conference, we had this moment come up, and I'm going to play it for you. This is Adam talking about all the new deals that have been signed with all these streaming services and what happens if people can't afford to pay for all these streaming services to watch the NBA.
There's a huge amount of our content that people can essentially consume for free. I mean, this is very much a highlights-based sport, so, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, any service, the New York Times for that matter, to the extent that your content is not behind a paid firewall. There's an enormous amount of content out there. YouTube, by another example, that is advertising based that consumers can consume.
I'm gonna tell you what he just said. Your broke ass need to get some more money so you can pay for this league. If you want to stay broke, you can go on Instagram and you can go on Twitter, X or whatever you want to call it, and look at the highlights. But if you want to sit up here and look at some of these games live and in effect, you need to go make some more money and you need to go subscribe to these paid services. That's basically what he's saying without saying what I just said. He said it a lot more eloquently than what I did. He's basically calling everybody broke. Yeah. And if you want to see these games, you're going to have to subscribe to these streaming services because guess what? This is what makes us money, so you go make some more money so you can continue to help us make money. Basically.
Dip into that pocket is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Basically all that he's saying.
The bullshit translator for me on this was, people can't afford to watch these games? Okay, tough shit. That's what that boiled out to me, because it was like, yeah, you can go watch highlights then for free. Go on Instagram, watch you some highlights, and say that and pretend like you watched a game.
Yeah, it's weird when you love the game so much, and it used to be available, and now it's like I got to search for it. Who I got to find what streaming service. And I remember the first time I kind of like really thought about this was when the Rockets went to that channel. I forget what channel it was, and people were coming to me and said, "Where can I find a Rocket?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know. I can't find it." And it was just weird. Yeah. And then and it's now that with Spectrum and we have our contract with the Lakers, you have to have Spectrum. And I think is it good for the Lakers? Is it good for Spectrum? I think it goes hand in hand that people have to tune in for Spectrum to get our services. But it's just weird now where the NBA has gone, and it has a lot to do with how much these guys are making, these TV deals and overseas deals, and it's. But sometimes I think we forget about why the NBA is as popular as it is. It's the fans.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about the fans. We have to have it. We have to give something to the fans. If we make them pay for everything, to me, I know the game is so large that, it's going to still survive, but it's still taken away from a lot of those people who can't afford it, still love the game, and it's just, but I know highlights ain't the same. It's not the same because there are parts that I want to see that's not a highlight. A guy taking a charge, a guy moving his feet, a guy that's not going to be on the highlight. If it's not a dunk, it's not a three, it's not a finger roll, it's not. And people who love basketball, we want to see the parts that these people who don't love basketball forget about, and that's just me.
Yeah. And even if you have to, let's say you do have all these streaming platforms. Let's say that money is no option. And when it comes to you having and subscribing to all these platforms, you still got to kind of remember what's going to be on what. Like you actually have to have a schedule to see, okay, is this game going to be on Prime? Is this game going to be on Netflix? Oh, this one's just on basic cable on ESPN. Cool. Oh, I can only watch this on the new revamped ESPN app.
I was going to say,
it's
ESPN as long as you're paying for it now.
It's taxing because now it becomes some form of a job. Because now if you have a favorite team or you just like the league, now you got to go search for all the games. And I didn't know this game was on tonight. They were on what platform? Like, I think in life we have so many other things to worry about, and obviously sports is a huge part of life, and it's a huge part of our lives, obviously, and many other people's lives, but folks got so much stuff going on, now they have to take into consideration and write some stuff down, or at least keep a list in their phone about what channel their favorite team or favorite teams are going to be on, or what platform. I think it's a lot to do, but the league doesn't care as long as the league sees the numbers and everything saying, hey, they look good to us. So minor complaints ain't gonna change anything, because the numbers that we're seeing calculated and coming in says that most people ain't having an issue with it. So if that's how they're looking at it, it's not gonna matter to them.
I'm with you on both of you 100%, and you both made a great point about this has to be about fans. And I think the bigger picture here that's getting lost maybe for Adam is this might not affect things today, but the harder you make it to both of your points, to find a game and watch a game, down the line, people are just going to stop looking. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it may not affect today's game, and the next year or two might do, but, like, you're not going to find new fans. You know how many times I became a fan of a team or a game or a sport because it was just on TV?
It was accessible.
And I fell across watching a Jordan game on TV or something and was like, holy shit. Or I fell across watching hockey or something, watched a team on TNT because they were free and accessible with my cable service. That is those days are sort of gone now. Yeah. So now you have to, like, you're giving, both of your points, you're giving fans work. You're giving them work. Like, if you want to enjoy this game and be a fan of this game, you got to work for it.
Yep.
And that ain't going to play out in the long term for me. You have to keep things accessible for people. You have to keep things where people can get them easily. And the minute it's become, okay, well, it's behind 4 paywalls now. Well, then I'm not gonna try. And the young fans who want to consume the content, they might try. Mm-hmm. But if they can't afford it, they're gonna go, fuck it.
Now, it's smart. I will say where it is smart is more people are going now to streaming instead of looking at cable anyway.
Same thing.
So on the flip side of that coin, it is very, very smart, because most people are saying, well, I'm already subscribed to these streaming services or this platform.
Right, but not everybody's subscribed to every streaming service.
No, you're right.
That's sort of the problem, too. It's like, okay, so this game's on Prime. Great, I have Prime. Well, what about the game that's on Peacock?
You're right.
I don't pay for that.
That's what I was, and I think that's the double-edged sword, where on one side you have many cons and things that people are like, I don't know about this. But then on the flip side, there are some pros, because they're looking at the numbers and say, even from a younger demographic, most of them are streaming now. And at the same time, the attention spans are shorter, which kind of plays to the double-edged sword on both sides. If I can't find the game, I'm just going to say F it. Yep. But at the same time, if I know it's on a platform that I'm already subscribed to and it pops up, oh, cool, boom. I'm already paying for this and I get this game. Great.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, because also you have to understand that this is the world we live in now. It's all about streaming. I'm even at the point where I got rid of my Spectrum boxes and just went to the streamers. You know, it takes up less space, and this is how it is. And I think that only in the long run, it only affects the generation that's maybe like 70 and above, because most of those people don't stream. You know,
I feel like you both just called me old, but okay, that's fine. You know, fucking firing shots at the old guy.
No, I'm older than you, so I'm just saying though, it's just the way of the world. You think about when you had all these overseas platforms, everybody streamed it. You know, you have to stream it to catch it overseas, and now it's coming here to the States. And I think, you know, I know that's what Adam is cashing in on, because that's the youth, the youth movement. Think about how many times has your kid watched cable? None. My son.
I took the DirecTV box out of my daughter's room.
They don't watch cable, man.
She never used it
everything.
Once. Yeah.
You know, my son just, you know, Cameron was just here. He's like, "Oh, you want my YouTube channel so you can watch NFL Network?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, because I don't watch that much NFL football. You know, he's watching like 5 fucking screens, watching every game.
Yep.
But it's just the way the world works. And I know sometimes we want stuff to keep the same, but I know Adam is saying, you know what? We're gonna tap into this new world. And so I get what he's doing, but I also think that's for the people who don't, like, you know, Jenners, Don't stream everything.
I mean, look, I stream. And that's the thing too. That's where I'm an idiot, I guess, because I do have streaming stuff. Like
I know you probably have every one.
We have most of them. Like you know, like Austin pays for one. We share a password. We pay for one. We share a password. We got enough people. No, you're allowed to do that. So there's enough people in our family that can share passwords with each other, not strangers. I used to have somebody else's Netflix, but that got blown up. But I've got enough of them between us that we can kind of all share. But I don't know. Like it's just the idea that maybe my hang is they're so spread out. You know, like if all the games were on Prime, great. I know I could find what I'm looking for on Prime, but like you have to hunt to find stuff. Where is the Lakers game? You know how many times my Google search is just like, where can I find? And here's the last 20 things I looked for. Tonight's Braves game, tonight's Lakers game, tonight's Hawks game, tonight's Falcons game, and just like all these things I've looked, because I don't know where the hell half this stuff is.
And I also think that, unfortunately, in the way that not just the NBA, and I think maybe even the NFL slowly are moving in this direction where they're literally, and I hate to say this, but I think this is what they're doing. They're trying to exile a generation. Because in moving into a new generation of things, you're moving into a new wave of things that a certain generation doesn't know, nor do they care about, because they are, and it's no fault to them, because this is how they grew up. They grew up things being a certain type of way. Like a lot of publications have moved away from, AJC has moved away from newspaper.
Yeah, our newspaper in Atlanta, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, has officially stopped printing newspapers.
So now everything's online. Well, you have a generation of people. We have a couple of people here that work at the station who need to have physical newspapers when they're doing their shows. They have to go buy a newspaper. Every time I'm producing a show and they're one of the hosts, guess what they have? Newspapers with highlighters, markers, and everything.
I feel like you called us old again. I feel like there's a lot of old barbs being thrown.
I'm saying that when you've grown up in a generation, you have a used to. And you're used to doing things. I know when you get to a certain age, you're less willing to change things. And I understand it. I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's just what it is. And when you're moving into this new streaming service era, you're almost, in a sense, exiling a certain generation, because you know that those individuals are going to be unwilling to adjust. So what they do is like, F it. You know, they just forget about it altogether.
Get on board
newspapers is a quick story. Like my high school coach, who is, I love him there. He's still living. Richard Robertson has dementia. But the one thing he will do every day, he used to get in his car and drive like 2 towns over to get a certain newspaper. And in his mind now, he can't drive and they won't let him drive. He still makes his daughter get in the car and take him to go get that newspaper, because that's the only thing that's in his mindset, and he has to read the paper. Yeah. And it's just weird how you don't have papers anymore.
No.
So,
I mean, I used to go, again, you're talking about when I first started in radio, I would go every Sunday to get a Sunday paper. I would go to Publix or whatever was near my house, and I would buy that fat Sunday paper that was like a phone book. And I would throw 85% of it in the garbage, like right away. Like Metro, don't give a shit. Culture and arts, fuck this. Like, where's the comic strips and the headlines and like the sports?
Yeah.
But I would, and it took me a while to get out of the habit of doing that. So I get it. Look, everything evolves, and I get that he's trying to evolve the league. But I hate the fact that his explanation for evolving the league is, well, there's a bunch of free stuff for you broke-ass people.
Yeah, that's the thing that he said.
That's the only thing that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not arguing with what he's doing. It's just this concept that it's like, well, if you can't afford it, tough shit. Go on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like that's what kind of rubbed me.
These are you cheap asses.
Yeah,
but part of me,
we got to pay Kawhi Leonard his no-show deal. You get on board.
As much as I hate what he said, I can respect the fact that he said it. Because my thing is, I can hate it and respect it at the same time, because some people will say certain things and then kind of dance around and beat around the bush. I'm like, you might as well, because now I know what you're saying without you actually saying it, and so I'm like, you might as well just come out and say it. I can respect him for at least saying it to a degree. Hey, if you don't want to pay, well, there is IG, there is Twitter, there is YouTube.
You can catch the highlights. YouTube you can watch.
Hey, we got free stuff. You just may not be able to see the whole game.
How about the ice? Okay, we are a highlight
driven league.
Which is not lying.
But then how am I supposed to make fun of Luka for taking bad shots if I don't see him take the bad shots? I need to see that to be able to pick on him. So
Well, that's a discussion between you and your financial advisor, whoever that might be, if you have one.
What? Yeah, she works 3 offices down, and she's shot down every streaming service I've pitched to her.
Well, guess what? Your financial advisor is more accessible than most. Then you need to go have a discussion with her.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. I got news for you. Accessibility is not the key here. I promise you, okay? That checkbook is closed, and it is closed, and that's what I know about that. All right, well, look, I jokingly brought up the Kawhi story. I want to get everybody just a quick update. I mean, the investigation is still going on. The story's still kind of everywhere. It kind of took another turn in the past week where it was outed that that company Aspiration that was paying Kawhi for what was being basically identified as a no-show deal where you didn't have to do anything. It was outed this week that another $1.99 million went into Aspiration, the company, ahead of Kawhi's next payday. That was made by Dennis Wong, who is the only co-owner of the LA Clippers. Steve Ballmer owns 99% of the team. Dennis owns 1%. He put in a $1.99 million transfer, and within a week or two, Kawhi got paid his $1.75 million. So those things happen now. They're happening on the regular, and as financial statements are coming available, it's getting a little crazy. Here's where the Lakers are involved, and this is why I wanted to bring this up. It came out on ESPN this morning. This was from, I want to quote the guy correctly, so this is Baxter Holmes who was reporting on this. Kawhi Leonard's uncle, Dennis Robertson, who was the famous Uncle Dennis in this story, reportedly wanted the Lakers to give him part ownership of the team, access to a private plane, a house, and guaranteed off-court endorsement money if Kawhi was to consider signing with the LA Lakers. Part ownership of the team was a request made to the Lakers by Kawhi Leonard's uncle.
Rob, before you go, can I get something off my chest?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There ain't no team on this earth or another planet who would even come close to giving Kawhi Leonard that. And the one team we know for damn sure that wouldn't even give a third of this is the Los Angeles Lakers. Damn what the Clippers would do. Damn what Steve Ballmer would do. The Lakers, the purple and gold, man, you must be on dog food. Ain't nowhere in the world they give any of this to get Kawhi Leonard. None of this.
That's got to be a show.
Not for a guy who, and I love Kawhi.
It must be a dog food.
And I love Kawhi Leonard. I do. He's an amazing player when he plays. But I swore last time we talked about the All-NBA bench team, he was on it.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's the captain.
Yeah, Rob, you go. Because this some BS here.
It just get deeper and deeper.
It's getting murky. It's just getting murky. And look, there's an official investigation. I'm sure. I don't know what will come of it. I really don't. I can't imagine the Clippers getting out of this scot-free. You know what I mean? I don't know how bad the fines and the punishment will be. I don't know if they'll lose draft picks. I'm sure they'll get fined.
But if you own 1% and you still paying Kawhi, that's the point. That's what's the scary part. I'm like, you own all of the Clippers except for that 1%. And the 1% dude as a part of your organization is still paying Kawhi.
Still got in there to make a almost $2 million investment in a company that was teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. And was in significant financial trouble at the time, and it was also outed on Pablo's podcast. This was, by the way, all this reporting from Pablo Torre, but Pablo also had reported that Dennis Wong's daughter was an employee of Aspiration. So his daughter worked there before he made this $2 million investment in the company. I can't imagine his daughter was singing glowing recommendations about they had just laid off 20% of their staff. Like, things were not going well. So the fact that he dumped $2 million into this company when he had firsthand knowledge of how bad it was getting over there, man, that screams. It's getting harder and harder to go, well, a lot of this was coincidental, and Ballmer didn't know, and he was getting scammed, and
I'm sick of this story.
You're starting to get a lot of hands in the honey pot. I am too, but I thought it was funny that the Lakers got roped into it this morning. So
now, the funny fact is that Kawhi is still sitting there saying, "Y'all don't give a shit. Give me my money."
Oh, by the way, the one person you haven't heard a peep from, It's been Kawhi Leonard.
You're not going to.
Yeah, well, we never do anyway.
Exactly.
No, you don't talk.
It doesn't matter if he's getting paid, he's getting sued, the world's falling on his shoulder. You don't care.
You're not going to.
You got nothing to say.
It's on brand.
Yeah, it really is. What's it going to take for Kuminga to sign, by the way? Because this was the other thing this week that I was like, holy shit. The Warriors reportedly offered Jonathan Kuminga a 3-year, $75.2 million deal with a team option on the third season, which he did not accept. And then it also broke this week that the Warriors rejected a trade offer from the Kings that included Malik Monk and a first-round pick in exchange for Kuminga. That was from Shams. So obviously the Warriors want to keep him. I think 3 years, $75 million is a pretty damn decent offer. I don't think it's an insulting offer by any shot. $25 million a season. What is he holding out for?
This ain't about the money.
No, it ain't. I was going to say it ain't about the money. It's about making you sweat right now. That's the only thing I could because we know he's a talent. He can play, and he can go. He's probably going to have to end up going anywhere once. And I feel like he's saying the more I hold out, the more it's going to make you squirm. The more it's going to make some other team that's out there saying, shit, we need something. What are we missing? What are we missing for the season? Fuck, Kuminga. Let's make some kind of crazy deal and get him. So I don't know if this is a smart move or a dumb move, because you look at guys like, we're going to talk about this probably later, T.I., T.I.
T.I.'s playing. Where do you?
Isaiah Thomas, where he didn't sign a deal.
Oh, yeah.
And then we talk about Dennis Schroeder, where he didn't sign his deal. And it can kind of, all these guys are kind of backfired. I hope this doesn't happen to this guy, because he's in a better position than those two were. And it's just, I think he's just he's just making the Warriors squirm right now, man. I think he's just enjoying it.
Well, I also think this is about respect, if anything. I think Kuminga feels disrespected. I think through this past season, whatever issues he had with Kerr, whatever issues, he had with not playing, I think this has much more to do with a lack of respect than it does actual money. And one thing about, these guys, athletes, when it comes to, everybody has an ego to a degree. And so everybody wants to be respected. And I think with him feeling a way about how this season went and his lack of playing time and his lack of whatever, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, cool, the money, but I still feel disrespected. And I don't know how you fix something like that. Money sometimes tends to fix stuff like that, but
clearly in this case, it's not really.
I don't know.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I feel like if he wanted to re-sign at this point, he probably would have. So obviously he doesn't want to. If he does, at this point, I'd be stunned if he actually re-signed with the Warriors, because I feel like either he's playing the long game and he's trying to get a few extra dollars out of him and he's going to re-sign at the deadline and that's going to be it, and he'll take, or he just doesn't have any desire and he's going to want to see what they do. But it really, to me, feels like he has no desire to sign with that team.
Right.
Look, you brought up Dennis Schroeder, by the way. Congratulations. Tournament MVP. Germany wins Eurobasket.
Again?
Yeah. I mean, there's something about Eurobasket Dennis Schroeder that's pretty impressive, man. They beat Turkey. Germany beat Turkey 88-83 to win Eurobasket for the first time since 1993. Schroeder was hit a couple of jumpers late and a couple free throws to kind of put it away for Germany. So, hey, congratulations, Schroeder. I know we didn't pay any attention to Eurobasket, nor do we care, but good for him. That's a cool moment.
That's the one thing I would say about Dennis Schroeder. When he doesn't have to run plays and he can do what the fuck he wants to do, he's a hell of a player.
But when you got to get into a system,
and you got to defer, and you will be shocked that how many basketball players that are really fucking good when they don't have any rules, but when you get them in a system, you fucking like they'll fly backwards, man. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and it just goes to show you that it has to have some type of team continuity when it comes to playing basketball. If you don't have that, you're gonna be, somewhere else.
Yeah, But I think when guys are a little bit, when they're over playing for their country, there, like you said, there's more freedom, there's more cohesiveness and camaraderie.
Maybe a little more passion.
Yeah, I think it's different. I think when you, obviously on the flip side, you make most of your money here over in the NBA, but there are you got to play within the confinements of a system, or you may not get the playing time that you think. Because over there aren't as many guys that are as talented as you over there. But over here, everybody talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of that Eurobasket league plays in the NBA.
Right. So you're the guy over there, while over here you on the B and C team.
Mm-hmm. Good for him, though. This is a nice moment for him. I do want to play you my favorite audio clip of the whole week. And we got some more audio to get to from Dabo. We're going to do that in a minute when we get to college football.
Lord.
Oh, Dabo.
Oh, Dabo.
Oh, Dabo. But this was Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Miami Dolphins, who are off to a horrendous 0-2 start. They lost to the Patriots and the Colts, two teams with very low expectations for the season. After the Patriots lost, Mike McDaniel gets up in front of the media and he says,
to win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20.
Yeah, to lose the game, you have to win the game to win the game. You can't win the game by losing the game. So thank you to
Thank you, Mike McDaniel.
Just absolutely brilliant proverb from Mike McDaniel.
Who on the hot seat.
And by the way, they're playing Buffalo this week. They're going to lose by 7,000 points to Buffalo. And his ass going to get fired in week 3 of the NFL, which by NFL standards is early.
Here's the funny part. Watch Buffalo lose this game. They're going to shit the bed.
What are you kidding me? Buffalo would be on fire if they lose to this shitty Dolphins team. Tua can't find a receiver with both hands and a flashlight. And Josh Allen is like projected MVP. If they lose to the Dolphins, oh God. And they're going to be throwing him through a table. I mean, it's going to be on fire.
That team, from where they were, I believe last year, at the beginning of the year, when they were just on fire, to where they are now.
Terrible.
Tyreek Hill and all of his issues.
Tyreek Hill's been a mess for them.
I don't see this team as a whole.
No.
As way they're constructed, making it through the rest of this season.
No way. And I don't think Mike McDaniel survives. Maybe 3-4 more weeks tops.
It just depends. It depends.
I mean, I don't know who you put in there, but man, I got nothing against the guy. He's had those moments and those flashes, but it's very clear he ain't the answer. Yeah. It is very clear, especially when you stand at the podium and go.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
Well, I know one thing.
Perfect, thank you.
Selfishly, from a fantasy football perspective.
Why? Who do you have in?
I have Tyreek.
I have Tyreek too.
Well, then you both got problems.
I would love. Well, he had a good week this past week.
Yeah, I know, but you need a new quarterback. You don't need a new head coach if that's the case.
There is
a new quarterback who wants to throw to him.
There is a quarterback out there who does need a deep threat because they're hurt right now, and it just happens to be his old team.
Oh, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Chiefs are. What are they? Were they 0-2?
They're 0-2 as well.
They're 0-2.
Yeah, but let me just say this. Patrick don't want his ass back.
I got news for you. 0-2. Patrick might be like, give me whatever you got. Whatever you got. Didn't they start 0-2? Was it last year, the year before? And he's
never started.
No, he's never lost 3 in a row.
I don't know.
But I think there was a season where it might have been the year before where they started 0-2 and made the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So look, you don't sell anybody on 0-2.
No.
But.
And I'm not selling out on Patrick Mahomes because it's 0-2. You're talking best quarterback in football. Yeah.
He's too good. And Andy Reid's too good. And Travis Kelce's engaged. And he's got a wedding to pay for. So, they're going to figure it out. They'll figure some shit out. All right, well,
apparently Patrick Mahomes ain't the best quarterback in football if he's 0-2.
Body of work, man. I don't know. Body of work.
Yeah, body of work. He's still the best quarterback in football.
I don't know if he might be currently. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 guys probably in that
I get it. Year to year, you're going to always have guys in the moment who are the best. Like
Jalen Hurts right now is.
Well, not even Jalen Hurts. I mean, you got guys like Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is kind of back in. Yeah,
Lamar is right
back
there
to
with
where
that.
he was, and Josh Allen is incredible. Yeah. So I feel like there's probably 4 or 5 guys in that conversation.
We got Josh Allen coming here to Atlanta October 13th. I think it's Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here to the Benz, and you talk about a game, boy.
Falcons gonna win. I mean, Falcons gonna win that game.
No, they're not.
No.
Yes,
and I hope so. Let me say I hope. But
Harp got his Falcons hat on today.
I hope. But if you're asking me to be honest, that is going to, because the Falcons will be coming off a bye week, so they will be rested.
Okay. They're going to win that game. I'm telling you.
Okay. Ooh, dude, write it down. Put it in the book.
Yeah.
Right. Rob said going to be it, because I think Josh Allen's going to walk into Atlanta and go,
"What's up, motherfuckers?"
And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. All right, let's get to college football, because we got a whole bunch of it to do, and we'll do some picks, and then we're going to do Big Shot of the Week, and then we're going to play Rapid Fire. All right, college football. Rob, what was the text you sent us? What the hell was the text? 'Cause it was our TV. I don't know what happened. Our TV broke over the weekend, so I'm in my room putting a new TV up and listening to the Georgia Tech game on our app on our station, because we carry Georgia Tech. And I'm here the kick, and I'm just like shaking my head. And within maybe a second of the kick, wow, someone might get fired. From Robert Horry. And it was, Tech's good. Tech's a good team. Looking back at the picks, I think you guys both picked Clemson. You did. You both picked Clemson. I picked Tech, and Tech won that game. Dabo, after the game, was kind of asked to respond to his critics. This is about a minute long. Now, when I tell you there was a rant, it was a rant, and I've cut it down to about a minute of Dabo. How do you feel about all the critics after this 1-2 start for Clemson?
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way, because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory, in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. And I would just say, if you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and you didn't believe in us anyway, so it don't matter. You wasn't all in anyway. If you're all in, you burn the ships, man. There ain't no exit strategy. Like, you're freaking all in. And hey, listen, if Clemson's tired of winning, they send me on my way, but I'm going to go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all going to have to deal with me for a while. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
He let the choppers. He let it go.
Well, you can tell. Look, you're very close friends with Dabo Swinney. Mm-hmm. I got nothing but mad respect for Dabo.
Yeah.
Dabo's got, oh God, this is going to sound wrong. He needs to have thicker skin when it comes to the critics. He always seems to be bothered when people want to criticize the program. It's okay to take ownership. It's okay to go, you know what? This is probably a time where we're going to get some criticism because we're 1-2. And we were projected, I think, number 4 coming into the season or something, across the board ACC winner. And yeah, we've struggled. We've had a couple real bad games, but we're going to right the ship. But he didn't do that. He decided, I'm going to run my resume, and I'm going to be a little smug and look at you guys and go,
is that not good?
And just kind of drop that. And to me, it felt very like, oh, buddy. Like, this is not the time for you to say, well, they can send me if they're tired of winning. If they're tired of winning, go ahead, fire me. It's like, well, no one said you were going to get fired. People were just asking you how you feel about the critics. And he got, I don't know, man. That came off really smug to me.
Yeah, but I think when you ask, well, Dabo's always been one, like you said, to kind of wear his heart and emotions on his sleeve. Mm-hmm. So when you ask him that question, how do you feel about your critics? Well, you're going to get an answer like that.
I'm just asking, is that good?
Because you're not just going to get a 1 or 2 word answer and it just be what it is. Dabo's going to give you his thoughts. He's going to give you his feelings on what, the critics are saying. So, look, he is right to a degree. They've been a successful program. Do they look tough? They look bad right now. They do look bad. But I will say this. Under Brent Key, which is Georgia Tech's head coach, Brent Key is now 7-1 in games versus ranked opponents, I think, at home. Okay. So we're not going to act like walking into Bobby Dodd Stadium, even though I did pick Clemson. I said this was going to be a very close game. Mm-hmm. we're not going to act like walking into Bobby Dodd Stadium as a ranked team anymore. It's just this cakewalk, because it's not. It's not. And then I think you also got to be fortunate this game wasn't at Bobby Dodd at night, because I think they even better under the lights. So we got to start getting to a point when teams walk into Bobby Dodd, this ain't like visiting, some of these other schools where it's like you pay them.
You ain't going to Wake Forest or something to get.
Yeah, this ain't that. Brent Key is doing a really, really good job with this team when it comes to preparing them for big games. So, hey.
Rob, you said it. You think he's going to get popped?
He ain't going nowhere.
I think just for the fact that he has said he's won national championship, they have won. Think about it. That resume, he said 9 out of 10 years, or he's won the ACC?
10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 years they won the ACC. Yeah.
He only has.
He has a little bit more leeway, a little bit more.
He's won 2 titles. He's won 2 national championships. It's like.
I don't think he's going to get fired. I think you look at the team. He always has great quarterbacks, and his quarterback play hasn't been what everybody thought it was going to be. What's his name? Klubnik or whatever his name is? Klubnik.
Yeah.
It's like
that's the guy.
He just doesn't look the same. I think maybe the hype has gotten to him. So it kind of reminds me of your boy who left Georgia and went down to Miami. They had all this hype coming into the season, and it was just the lights were just too bright, and he melted under the lights. And I think this is what's going on with him. He needs to just sit him down and say, "Hey, let's reset. You're not going to win the Heisman now, so just go out and fucking play." And I think the same thing with a lot of these quarterbacks. They come in with all this Heisman hype, and some of them can't handle it. And next thing you know, some person you don't think that's going to win it. So I think, they'll probably go on and win the rest of the season and be back in the hunt, and we would forget about this conversation.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think Clemson's in a place where now, you can't overlook any team because you got to go out there and get the wins. Yeah. We've seen some teams struggle against other teams that we felt as though, oh, y'all should have taken care of them. When it comes to like this, I think this past week, did Texas play Temple or something like that?
Oh, UTEP, I think.
UTEP
struggled.
Yeah, UTEP.
Yeah.
And Arch Manning continues to struggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, hey, we think these things are supposed to happen until they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how college football goes. But anyway, so I don't know. If you talk to Dabo, let us know.
He ain't going
how that conversation goes.
That buyout is probably ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure it's
stupid.
Let
me just say this. Dabo's setting up that, keep losing over to Alabama. I'm going home.
Oh, yeah, so that's exactly what I was going to say. Alabama continues to tank, and guess what? Kalen DeBoer going to see the road, and Dabo Swinney going home.
And then we back, baby.
And then, I don't know about that. Let's not throw that declaration out quite yet. All right, look, what else did we have last week? Alabama won and covered. We all lost that. We didn't think Alabama.
Hey, here's the crazy part about that game. I was getting ready to send a text and change my pick. Because when I found out they was on a third string quarterback, I'm like, there's no fucking way they're going to beat Bama.
No, Alabama covered the 20, whatever it was, 21 and a half points or some shit. They covered it.
They did.
I think we've been better playing quarterback for Wisconsin. That was
terrible.
Awful.
So bad. Dogs, man. Dogs in Tennessee.
That was probably the best game outside of Georgia Tech game. That was the best game of the day.
Man, that was great.
Yeah.
Dogs are lucky to survive that field goal that got missed. Lucky. And then they come back and they win.
Tennessee ain't going to never beat Georgia.
Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. They were lined up for the game-winning field goal in the middle of the field, and that dude kicked that thing so wide right.
Sanford Stadium, whether it's in Neyland Stadium, they can, like I said,
they can't.
They can play
backyard.
It's their boogeyman, dude. Georgia's their boogeyman. Oh.
They can play on Route 66. They can play on I-75, which is a major highway coming through Atlanta. It does not matter.
Yeah.
And I clearly thought Tennessee was going to squeak this game out.
Yeah,
they probably should have.
You picked them. Yeah, Rob and I picked the Dogs.
Here's the thing I don't understand. This gets me confused about. I never played football. Why does every coach think their kicker is a savior? They say, we just going to get down the stretch. It happens in the NFL. It happens in college. I don't know if it happens in high school. But they just say, okay, we just going to get down. We're just going to run it a couple of times. We're going to put it in a position to kick, and all of a sudden Ray Finkel shows up.
Finkel.
I'm like, what? Why? I'm like, your offense is moving. Just go ahead and fucking score if you can.
Because
I know you might think what happened to Derrick Henry might happen. You fumble and somehow, but you can still go wide right or shank that.
Well,
bitch,
here's the thing.
I mean?
You also have to realize that sequence, they had penalties in that sequence that pushed them back.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're driving and you have penalties that continuously push you back, and now you're now it's 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20, and now you got to make up for the ground that you lost, and you know that takes some air out of the ball. And so now what it allows the defense to do is to be a little bit more aggressive. So now you then got to rely on your kicker, because it's kind of like, okay, we're battling against the clock. We have all these penalties. We got to rely on the kicker. Hell, God forbid the kicker on scholarship. That's why you put him out there.
Hey, what was the team where they did the fire drill and he ran on and kicked that bitch and won the game?
That was Georgia Tech.
That's perfection right there.
Yeah. That was Aiden Burr. I mean, they took their final timeout with like 20 seconds left, ran a play. They were out of timeouts, and they did that specifically so they go, all right, we're going to run this play. If we get a first down, we'll clock it. And if not, we're going to run him out there, and he's going to kick this field goal. And that mug kicked a 55-yard game winner, like scramble on.
They were set and ready to go. That shows you how good that coaching is.
And he was ready. They were ready for it.
But you want to realize, you go to Georgia State, you got to be pretty damn smart. So it's a credit to the players, too.
And credit to Brent Key, because, the way he took that timeout, knowing it was his final timeout, and he said, we're going to run it, and if we don't get a first down, kicking team, you are on.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they ran that mug right up the middle, didn't get anywhere, and they were like, let's go. Yeah. And sure enough, dude did it. So anyway, what else we had? Oh, Miami destroyed USF. Everyone picked the Canes and won. They just eviscerated South Florida. Notre Dame crashed out against Texas A&M. You guys both picked Notre Dame. Shame on both of you.
I watched that.
Shame
and it hurt me to pick Notre Dame.
Both of you.
I watched
picking Notre Dame. And A&M won that game. So here's where we stand on the season. Rob is 6-5. B-Dog is 5-6. And your boy is 8-3 right here. So we got 4 games to pick this week. We'll do them quick. And then we'll do big shot, and then we'll play our game.
All right.
Let's start with. I got a couple ranked games on here that I don't know a lot about some of these teams.
So, quick, are we taking who's going to win, or are we taking the points? What are we doing? Because I get confused.
We pick against the spread.
Okay.
We pick against the spread. So you guys won games that you didn't pick the winner, right? But you covered the spread, so it didn't matter.
Gotcha.
So we're always picking against the spread. Number 17, Texas Tech. At number 16, Utah. 2 teams I know officially dick about. Noon on Fox. The Utes are laying 3.5.
Utes for me. Utes are hard to beat at home. They're just hard to beat at home.
Yeah, I'll take the Utes in the 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing, just because I've heard the same thing. I know the Utes are a tough team. They're tough to beat in Utah, and I don't know anything about Texas Tech. And they're ranked 17th.
Texas Tech going to be good in a couple of years because all that freaking NIL money flooding in.
They seem to be getting there. Let's go. Number 22, Auburn. Excuse me. At number 11, Oklahoma. Good game. 3:30 ABC.
SEC?
Oklahoma laying 6.5.
I would take Boomer Sooners because I watched them play the other day, and their offense is pretty prolific, and that quarterback is nice. And Auburn, I just can't fucking root for Auburn, so I'm taking Oklahoma.
It's ingrained in you.
6.5.
Yeah. All right, what do you think, Harp?
Oklahoma in the 6.5.
Auburn's not bad.
Auburn's
not bad.
You know what? At some point in time, Oklahoma has to, if they're going to be in the SEC, they got to do it. You know, and you gotta put your foot down. So I'll take the Oklahoma in the 6.5.
Okay.
Because they're at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not again. Auburn's a good team, but Mateer, I feel like he's due to just cook somebody, and Auburn has always screamed, "We are ripe for a cooking. Come get us." So let's see what happens.
Any team that got 2 mascots, is it Auburn Tigers? Is it Auburn
War
Warriors?
Damn Eagle. I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do Florida at number 4, Miami. 7:30 ABC. Miami's laying a touchdown and a half, 7.5 points.
That's the easy one, Miami.
Oh, I mean,
I don't know if Florida's as bad as they're being
Florida shoots themselves in the foot too many times.
Lagway threw 5 picks against LSU.
Valley
I mean, dude, it was ugly.
I'm gonna take Miami. It was at 7.5.
Yeah.
If Miami is who they say they are, well, they'll cover the 7.5. So I'll take them at 7.
I agree completely. If Miami's going to be legit, you got to beat Florida by like 2 touchdowns, and you got to get at least 1 pick on Lagway. So we'll see. But we're all going Miami. All right, last game.
They look good against LSU. I still going to the
They looked okay.
Who looked good versus LSU?
You know what I mean? It's just
versus how they look versus everybody else. Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean.
All right, last game. Number 9 Illinois at number 19 Indiana. 2 ranked teams that, again, I know absolutely nothing about.
I'm actually going to take Illinois in this game.
Okay. Indiana, by the way, is laying 3.5 points.
I'm taking Illinois.
I'm going to take Illinois.
Okay. I'm going to go with Indiana.
I'll take the Fighting Illini.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Illinois those receivers are pretty damn good over there.
They are. They are. I'm going to.
I think Indiana's still living off the hype from last year. So they're going to.
Well, I don't know. Signetti's pretty damn good coach, and he's got them boys playing. So I'm going to go. Look, Indiana's at home, laying 3.5. Go ahead. I'm going to roll with Indiana. Let's see what they're made of. Let them burn me. Let them burn me, and then I'll never fucking pick you again. Okay, that's all it takes, just 1 burn. All right, quickly, big shot of the week, and then we're gonna play our game. Big shot of the week is gonna go to a Minnesota pizzeria owner named Chris Kolstad. Here is why. Chris owns Pizza Man in Columbia Heights, Minnesota, and recently discovered people were eating out of his dumpsters. He had put out a sign initially asking for them to stop, but realized that wasn't really going to do anything. It became more frequent, so he posted on Facebook, "Please do not eat out of our dumpster. If you're desperate for food, please come ask. If you're too embarrassed to ask, find a way to call us and ask if there's a way for us to leave a small cheese pizza outside the back door or something. You don't even have to see us." After his post went viral, Kolstad shared a donation link, which raised $4,000 to help him cover the cost of feeding people in his neighborhood that just couldn't afford food and were too embarrassed to ask for help. So he continues to leave food out for people that need it. And he said, quote, "I can't sit in a building full of food and watch someone starve in my parking lot." So big shot of the week to this man for doing a little bit extra for people that are obviously suffering for some hard times. Just good for him. Big shot of the week.
Big shot.
I love that. All right, rapid fire time. We haven't played rapid fire in a hot minute. You know how this goes. I give you each 60 seconds. We hit you with general knowledge questions. We see how many you can get. Robert Horry, this is your show. You are the title character here. Do you care to go first?
Last time we played this game, I went first, and Harp got the easy questions. Well, I won't say the easy questions, the questions that I knew. So I'm thinking I'm going to go first again. And then if something happens this time, it's a conspiracy. It's Georgia versus California.
That's absolutely right. If it doesn't go your way, conspiracy. That's absolutely right.
It'd be fake news.
Oh God! Thank you, President Trump. All right, Robert Horry.
Okay.
You know how this works.
Yes, sir.
60 seconds on the clock. Load them up. And here we go. What woman's headscarf tied under the chin shares its name with the Russian word for grandmother?
Scarf.
Babushka. Funyuns is a snack originally flavored like what vegetable?
Onions.
Correct. True or false, the Tyrannosaurus Rex lived at the same time as the caveman?
True.
That's false. Mac or PC, which is a popular makeup brand?
Mac.
Correct. What recent reboot of a 90s sci-fi series starts with the original hero, played by Scott Bakula, still missing?
Alien.
Quantum Leap. What is the most commonly used pool sanitizing chemical?
Chlorine.
Correct. True or false, sloths typically only urinate once a week?
True.
Correct.
We got 4.
Buzzer. Pulls out 4. Woman's headscarf is a babushka.
I didn't know that one.
Okay.
I had no clue.
All right, there you go. Tyrannosaurus Rex way before the cavemen.
Really?
Yeah, dinosaurs and cavemen did not live at the same
But
time.
why do you see the markings on the walls with them fighting the fucking dinosaur?
Because it was Godzilla. They were fighting Godzilla. It wasn't a dinosaur. That's what that's from.
Then why is it every time we see Godzilla, he trampling buildings?
Because he don't like you. He remembers from caveman times. These are the guys with the sticks and the fire. Fuck these people. All right, Harper, you got to beat 4. Load him up, 60 seconds, and let's go. What monkey is probably bananas over his human companion, the man with the yellow hat?
Curious George.
Correct. In mythology, the Trojans were left without protection after being ambushed by what huge wooden animal filled with Greeks?
Trojan horse.
Correct. In baseball, a full count means the batter has 2 strikes and how many balls?
3.
Correct. What insect would you be if you lived in a colony ruled by a king and queen and spent your days eating termites?
Grasshopper.
An ant.
Oh, dang.
True or false? Only olive oil from Greece can be certified as extra virgin.
False.
Correct. Justin Bieber and Mahershala Ali have dropped trow in ads for what brand of underwear?
Hanes.
Calvin Klein.
Oh, I figured.
If you're telling everyone your son is 24 months old, get over yourself and just say how old is he?
2 years old.
Correct.
I hate
That's
when people
5
say that.
at the buzzer. Nice job, man. That's gonna go to Harper. Harper, why do I only see your forehead? Why aren't you Stephen A. Smithing
He think it's a conspiracy.
me? Why are you Stephen A. Smithing me? I let you pick. I mixed up all the questions in random order, and I let you fucking pick. Don't you give me the forehead. Give me the Stephen A. Lay that Stephen A. shit on me. All right, Harper, you get to go first in round 2.
All right.
We'll see how many you can get. We'll see if Rob can force us to a third game. The One-Eyed Monster or the Purple Snake? What does Billy Crystal play in Monsters, Inc.?
One-eyed monster.
Correct. Witching or ghosting? What hour is midnight considered to be?
Witching.
The witching hours, correct. Though surgeons might disagree, the famous expression says a way to a man's heart is through his what?
Stomach.
Correct. According to legend, what U.S. president couldn't tell a lie about chopping down his father's cherry tree?
George Washington.
Correct. Au revoir means bye for now in what language?
French.
Correct. What mobile phone's carrier's logo is simply its name followed by a red check mark?
Verizon.
Correct. If you want to milk a cow, you're in for a real teat if you grab what organ between its hind legs?
It's udder.
Correct. Basmati is a common rice.
I almost swept that thing.
Came damn close.
I almost swept that bad boy.
You damn. Yeah, you did sweep. I think all the ones you got.
It's a conspiracy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, if it wasn't for the udder, I'd have been like,
6,
it's a fucking
7.
conspiracy.
7. All right.
Hey, only a country boy knew it's fucking called udder.
Hey, I know a little about cows. I
know a little
milked
bit
a cow
about cows.
before.
Oh, the last question I didn't get to is basmati rice is a common rice in what country that grows most of the world's supply of it?
But basmati rice? Is it India?
It is India.
Okay.
Yeah, it is India. All right. Well, Robert
Do I
Horry.
get a point for that?
Nope.
No,
Wasn't your question.
it's not your question. You didn't.
It was never asked, so.
Did not play. All right. Rob, you got to beat 7.
Shit, you don't have. If
gotta-
these short questions, I can't beat that.
You got to beat 7. Let's go. Ready? Here we go. 60 seconds. Let's rock. About 40% of Brazil consists of what rainforest?
Amazon.
Correct. What music streaming service shares its name with a fictional moon in the movie Avatar?
Pass.
Pandora. Wanting a place where men could buy lingerie for their wives and not feel creepy, Roy Raymond founded what business?
Victoria's Secret.
Correct. Which lasted longer, Kim Kardashian's
Secret.
first marriage or Tom Brady's first retirement?
Tom Brady's retirement.
Oh, Kardashian. According to the classic children's rhyme, I see London, I see France, I see your what?
Underpants.
Correct. What former WWE superstar made his on-screen superhero debut in the DC universe
John
playing
Cena.
Black Adam?
Oh, shit.
Oh, you got it wrong. She
didn't
answered
listen
too
to the
fast.
question.
How many syllables are in the word?
He would have had 4 if he would have listened to the question.
I still would have won.
No, but you would have had
you
more than
wouldn't have,
3.
but you would have done better.
It don't matter if you lose by 3 or 15, you lose.
I've never heard of a 15-pointer, but I've heard of a 3-pointer.
But you still lose.
You
That's
did,
the whole
yeah, that's
thing.
true.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, Dabo,
I'm just asking. Is that good?
apparently it's good. Yeah. Apparently
That's
it's
terrible,
good.
Dabo. What I just did, I shit the bed.
Oh, damn. It's been a minute since you have not had a good showing in this game. You're usually pretty strong here, man. I
I'll
got
tell
to
you,
admit.
hey, I would keep going first because I believe one day you're going to feel sorry for me.
No, I don't. Look,
and throw me some softballs
there
like
are
you do
no,
hard.
There are no softballs. There are no softballs in here. There are
Man,
not
that second round were all softballs.
You said the second round was all softballs?
It's the one where you got 7.
Yeah, except for the last one with the cow one.
Basmati rice. Yeah.
So my thing is this: let's say you would have gotten those questions. Would it have been a conspiracy?
100%.
No, it would have been fairness.